You know that login with Google button? It is absolutely everywhere. It's fast, it's easy, but have you ever really stopped to think about what's actually happening behind that one little click? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden costs of all that convenience.
So let me ask you something. Just take a quick mental count. How many different sites, different apps are hooked into your Google or your Facebook account? I mean, we're talking shopping, news sites, work tools. I'm willing to bet it's way more than you think. Okay, so every time you tap that button, you're interacting with something called an identity provider, or IDP for short. So what in the world is that? Well, the simplest way to picture it is like this. Think of Google or Facebook as a kind of digital bouncer for the entire internet. When you show up to a new website, instead of having to flash your own ID every time, you just kind of nod over to the bouncer. They vouch for you, and poof, you're in.
And look, it's incredibly convenient, right? Of course it is. But this whole model, this centralized system where one bouncer basically controls the doors to everything, it's got some pretty serious old world problems hiding just under the surface.
So let's break this down. There are really four huge risks when we rely on just one company for our digital identity. We're talking security, ownership, privacy, and just basic reliability. First up, there's the honeypot risk. Think about it. These companies are storing billions of our accounts all in one place. That's not a database, it's a giant glowing target for hackers. We've all seen the headlines about massive breaches, right? Well, one hit on an identity provider can instantly compromise every single app and service that's connected to it. Now, this next one is a big deal. Ownership. The hard truth is, with a centralized provider, you don't actually own your digital identity. You're just renting it. And that means they can decide to suspend or even delete your account whenever they want for whatever reason. And just like that, you could be locked out of your entire digital life. Then, of course, there's the privacy issue. Or maybe the lack of it. Every single site you log into, they see it. They're watching. They're building this incredibly detailed profile of your online behavior. What you use, how often, all of it. It's a goldmine for advertising and, yeah, maybe even surveillance. And finally, you've got a massive single point of failure. It really is that simple. If their servers go down, you go down with them. It's not just your email you lose access to, it's everything, all at once. Okay, so that all sounds pretty bleak, I get it. But what if we could just flip the entire script on this model? What if there was a way to get all that convenience without all these massive costs? Well, this is exactly where the decentralized revolution comes into play. This shows the huge paradigm shift we're talking about. We're moving from a world where a corporation holds all the cards to a completely new model where you, the user, hold the keys. And it's all being made possible by new technologies like Universal Identity, or UIID, which is designed to put you back in charge. So let's take a look at how this new model, the one where you're in control, directly solves those four big problems we just talked about. And here's the really cool part. Each one of these advantages is a direct answer to one of the old system's flaws. You get true ownership, what's called self-sovereignty, so no one can just delete you. There's no central honeypot to attack, because your data stays with you. Your privacy is baked in from the very start. And because the whole system is distributed, there's no single off switch. But, this whole shift represents something way bigger than just a clever new way to log into a website. It's really about completely rethinking our entire relationship with the digital world. It truly is a fundamental change. It's about graduating from just being a user who's basically renting space in a corporation system to becoming a true owner of your own digital life, your own data. The philosophy driving this new wave of technology is incredibly powerful. It's the core idea that your identity, your very self online, should be a fundamental right, not some corporate product that can be tracked, sold, or just taken away on a whim. So, we'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. As more and more of our lives happen online, the question of who truly controls your digital self, well, it's becoming one of the most important questions of our time. So, who do you want holding the keys?